Thank you, Mike. In this morning's top stories, we now know the gun used in a shooting at a Northside ISD property involved a Dallas ISD basketball team, and that gun allegedly belonged to one of the players. The Dallas ISD superintendent held a press conference yesterday afternoon and confirmed the gun belonged to a member of the Dallas Kimball basketball team. It's still unclear if the shooting was on purpose or accidental. The superintendent said he spoke with the University Interscholastic League, or UIL, and the team is being allowed to remain in the state tournament.
There are no excuses for this, and we can't talk our way into things that we behave ourselves into.
Michael Hinojosa also says the woman who was shot was a student trainer on the team. He says she's out of surgery and heading back to Dallas with her family.
This morning, Crime Stoppers wants to know if you can identify a man wanted a connection to a robbery. Take a look at your screen. According to SAPD, the man entered the ABC Food Mart in the 1200 block of East Highland Boulevard on Wednesday. Officers say the suspect pointed a gun at the store clerk demanding money from the register. Once the suspect had the money, he left the store in a small SUV. Anyone who has any information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 210-224-STOP.
90%. That's the percentage of customers in the Seguin and McQueeney area that have had their gas service restored. Good news, but the other 10% are expected to have their service back online sometime today. And as you can imagine, customers of CenterPoint Energy are, of course, relieved. Thousands of homes and businesses in that area had their natural gas service cut earlier this week when a pipeline was damaged. That damaged gas line has been fixed, and the company officials are hoping to have service restored to all of its customers today as soon as possible.
Russian troops close in on the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, pushing 3 miles closer despite stiff resistance from Ukrainian fighters. Across the country, Russian forces are stepping up their attacks, though U.S. officials say their progress is still slower than expected.
This as President Biden prepares to put more economic pressure on Russia. ABC's Im Nguyen has the latest from Washington.
This morning, Russian troops inching closer to the capital, Kyiv, now roughly 9 miles away from city center, according to a senior U.S. defense official. New video released by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense shows Russian forces ambushed as they drive towards the outskirts of Kyiv. Ukrainians claiming 2 commanders were killed, though not yet verified. Thursday, around 60,000 civilians fled Ukraine through humanitarian corridors. But evacuation routes in Mariupol, where a maternity and children's hospital was recently bombed, remained blocked. Ukrainian President Zelensky accusing Russia of not allowing those civilians to be saved, saying they have a clear order to hold Mariupol hostage, to torture it. Already more than 2.3 million people have fled the country. In Poland, Vice President Harris embracing calls for an international war crimes investigation of Russia.
We have been witnessing for weeks, and certainly just in the last 24 hours, atrocities of unimaginable proportion.
President Biden set to deliver remarks today, calling for the U.S., along with the G7 and European Union, to strip Russia of its most favored nation trading status, essentially ending normal trade relations and allowing the White House to increase tariffs on Russian goods.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Putin.
Top U.S. intelligence officials are warning that Russia's false claims of chemical weapons in Ukraine could be used as an excuse for their own attack using bioweapons. The White House would not say how the U.S. would react if Russia ultimately did use them. Im Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
436. For now, it's 61 degrees.